to play against Team Liquid.
Yeah, a slight step up for them here, going up against Team Liquid, but the desk was pointing out they think that there might be some counter-strand coming in from RBG ahead of this nuke. So hopefully we get to see some of that come through. They're starting on the T side, and they've got one set of nades to try and make it happen.
RGB, it's a quick play. They're just going to rush Hut, trying to put that pressure to Liquid first. Boot to the throat. Will Elise hold on? Stewie 2K's picked up the first. Elise out to the right side, only getting one and fallen. God knows what ping he's playing on tonight. He goes down from heaven. He does get the one kill, though, so we're still 2v2. And that quicker play has allowed for a lot of these players of Liquid to drop. And Stewie, oh, he gets caught. Hex just goes back into the vent. And now it is only Naf. Luckily, the player who has found a kit. He's also got Kevlar, 100 HP, and a smoke grenade into this one, Alex. He's got pretty much everything you would want to do a clutch like this. And now he just needs the kills. And he's got his chance. Hex goes down. Now just one player. And Naf could win the pistol here for Liquid. Is locked into the site. Wiz, chunked down low. And Naf just dancing with the doorway, and he's won the clutch. Good start for Team Liquid.
Oh, the pistol round would have been such a nice start for RBG to give them a bit of comfort early in this game, to give them a bit of a lead, and then Naf just steals it away from them. It was that man that Maui was pointing out, Hex, who got the 3 kills to begin with. A lot of early aggression on A, trading down into a 2v2. Nice decision to go down the vents to B, but sometimes, Dinko, your opponents are just too good. And Naf turns it into 2 1v1s for the round win. Force Buy coming right back from the T's, though.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of panic there from Hex as well. He switched out to his knife, it looked like. Smoke from in. Quickly, Hex getting shut down by Stewie 2K. RGB is chilling in lobby. Liquid adjusting the defense on the A side, putting Stewie up on top Hut. And RGB just waiting, biding their time.
It's their last smoke used. They might have to push off the back of that, and Stewie about to take the fight.
Yeah, up on top of the Hut. Headshot onto Wiz. 5v3. One player in the vent. He's gone down to lower. It's Chop. Walco. Here at Squeaky Door. Stewie 2K once again getting up on top of the Hut. You know, if it's not broken, no need to fix it. Still up here. RGB down 2 players. Team Liquid currently with a very good setup across the board. Naf in the ramp room. Fallen's come up to help him out. It's going to be difficult for RGB to get close into this ramp room, especially with Naf playing the contact first. The damage done onto 2 players. And now there's just Chop left alone. He was the player that dropped down into B earlier on. Now coming up from ramp, trying to take down Naf. He's also got Fallen in behind him to try and help him out here. So should be no problems for Liquid. Naf has Fallen. Will there be another Fallen? There's the shot. 2-0.
Solid work from Liquid, closing out that round. Nice shot from Chop with the Mac 10 at the end, but it was never going to lead to anything too significant. I think one of the nice things about this game, specifically, Dinko, is hearing the desk point out that this RBG team are a team who play with some structure, right? They're not just a mixed team coming in here trying to rely on their skill, because against Liquid, that's just not going to work, let's be real. But if they've actually put some time into Counter-Strike, for example, maybe they have a couple of tricks that are specifically going to work against Liquid, that could be really cool to see, and it could even be somewhat of a learning experience for Liquid if that Counter-Strike comes through in this game.
Yeah, it could be. And well, Fallen with one Elise picking up the trade kill. It is just the weaker weapons here. So we shouldn't be seeing too many problems. But I do want to kind of touch on that point, because we talk about anti-stratting and, you know, some of the underdog teams really looking into demos of Liquid. It got lost to look at here. What can we come up with? Things about this, you got to expect Liquid to play slightly differently against these opponents as well. Like, they're not going to be playing the same style. I do feel like they'd be a little bit looser against teams like this. I don't know your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I still think...
Because in general, we do see, like, when there's an overdog, you know, a favorite team, in general, in these tournaments, you kind of have to earn the respect early on. So they're generally not going to be playing the exact same way they would. So if you're looking at a lot of demos where they're playing against top teams, you know, that play style is going to be different in a DreamHack Open.
Yeah, I still think there is going to be an ability at times to to try and make the most of that. If you, for example, notice a rotation, like I doubt that Liquid will change their rotations between sites massively. It's more that they might just play a bit more aggressively and a bit more carefree in some of their spots. But we'll see. We've got into the first gun round, so this is where we get to see what RBG have up their sleeve for their map picks. Smoke's coming into Yard, Fallen on 144 ping, I have been informed, currently playing Yard.
I mean,
very precise numbers.
Yeah, Blair knows all about having high ping. He can feel the pain of Fallen right now. Unleash getting one on that rotation. He's down there. Only the one kill, though. They'll not be too happy about that. Stewie 2K has to pick up the scraps. He's gonna go back and get one. The second. Oh no, Stewie 2K just cleaning up with a Galil. He's going above and beyond his name and actually got 3 there. Chop stuck in the vent. Naf just clearing it up. Headshot up, and for RGB, I was really hoping they would have come out and got some rounds on the board early. I was really hoping I would have seen that. I mean, I like the call in the pistol round to go for that fast play, you know, straight into the A site. Show that you've got the skill. Put your boot to the throat of Liquid early on. And I thought they were going to get it done, but Naf coming in with the clutch to set them up perfectly for the first couple of rounds. And then even that, Liquid getting that one over the line. RGB down to Deagles.
Not much utility in this round either, which I always think is maybe a small mistake a lot of teams make in this round. You invest into the Deags, you invest a bit into Kevlar, but without much utility, how are you going to find favorable fights in this position? You can't really face Yard here against Fallen. Maybe because of the ping, he'll miss some shots, but it's still a huge advantage for the AWP at range. And Fallen, well, he is going to go down. That's a nice shot from Hext.
Yeah. Really nice shot coming in. I love how Fallen's still going for those little headshot fights on 144 ping. Doesn't work out for him. Nice shot from Hex, and he was the player to look at. Maui was saying coming into this one and looking at HLTV. Highest rated player, so keep an eye on him. Another Canadian. Smoke outside. Just the one at the moment. 4 in the lobby for the T side, and Stewie watching main, and of course the HUD, but Naf has pushed through ramp and got 2 kills from it. The Deagles have unleashed hell, though. That's 2. And now an opening into the A side, but one player's just pushed straight through HUD. They've taken that map control back, and RGB have dropped into B. Grim can go forward and rotate down the rampway.
Couple of nice mid-round reads already from RBG. That's a good sign. It's not just the set plays getting them into these spots. They're able to react in the post plants, but here comes Grim getting 1 kill. Elige caught out. Wolf's still at the back of the site, but he jumps up to his death. Grim getting on the bomb, and Hext is so far away.
Defuse is just coming through. He has to peek. It's not planning for him around the corner, and Grim just sticks it. Hex could not get there in time, and Liquid get 5 rounds. And like you say, RGB are having some good calls in the mid-round. They get down into B. It's just heartbreaking to see them lose those kind of rounds, because they're the ones you want to see them pick up early on.
It's that shot from Hex to begin with. These Deags getting a couple of closer range fights, but the flash from Wolf was...
That's wild.
Yeah, it was ambitious. You know, maybe you get away with that against some
you could just
players like Maui Snake, but not against Liquid.
I mean, can you not just throw that and peek with it? You know, if you just throw it off the roof on the metal a little bit, maybe the goal of the flash isn't to actually land and flash bang the player, but it's to create a distraction. Maybe catch them looking away and you peek with it. And then that way you don't really have much. You have less of a risk, right, going for that jump. But yeah, like you said, might have worked against Maui Snake, but up against Team Liquid, not getting them that.
Might have worked against Maui Snake. Definitely would have worked against Dinko. Doesn't work against Liquid.
Man, I want to be full white just standing there in the open. But I'll never be in a tournament like this, so there's no worries of that. Difference is Maui Snake probably could make it to a tournament if you tried.
Closer smokes down on Yard. This time the AWP have fallen at playing in main. We've got the angle over the top from Elige. Nicely done, doing even more damage onto Walco. Lovely play from Elige there, dishing out a bit of early damage, not giving RBG any ground for free.
Wiz getting a leash. And we need a 4v4 with the T-side players now making a bit of haste in towards the lower side of the map. Oh, Stewie, oh, getting caught. The swing on the decon door, he wasn't ready for them to encroach in the B bomb site that quickly. And now it's on to Liquid to try and pull off the 3v3 post plant. RGB yet again getting into the B site. Naf, he's just going to walk forward. He's caught the right side player. That's Walco. Shut out of the round. Oh, there we go. That's the flash. And then Peek with it. Catching Naf, not ready. And that's a brilliant headshot from Hex, who is still alive and playing from the back of the site, but now needs to out the 1v2 clutch, and Grim is just farming them. 6-2 right now. Grim, it wasn't long ago Grim was in, some of these up-and-coming North American teams. Now he's playing here in Team Liquid. I think a lot of the RGB players will be wanting to have a similar trajectory in their career.
Yeah, this is a great tournament for Grim, I think, to get that ability back to... Oh my god, that's ridiculous, that first shot. But I think it's a great tournament for him just to show again, yeah, I'm just a cut above all these guys. Like, there's a reason I got picked up for Liquid. Maui was saying on the desk, this is a great chance for him just to get back against players he's played against before and just prove that he is on Liquid for a reason now. He's a really talented aimer, and he just showed that there in that round.
David beat Goliath. Team Liquid have more major winners than RGB have NA minor appearances. I mean, one. Fallen. But, 6-0, Team Liquid. I mean, they're off to a decent start here. There's been moments, little chinks in the armor. RGB have come close to winning rounds. It's just haven't quite been able to get it over the line just yet. Fallen, repositioning top secrets, been performing quite well with that 144 ping. He's going to get himself that kill. Reacts very quickly indeed. Chop, not ready for Fallen.
Naf in towards ramp, putting the molly down. Ooh, a couple of shots being rattled off. Flash lands in his face, and he's forced back. With the man advantage, though, it's much more comfortable falling off of ramp like that. You still have the man lead. You have the chance for the rotations. You don't have to fight as hard for ramp. So he's happy to fall back, give up this ground, especially with RBG not having too many nades left now.
Stewie 2K is pushed up into lobby knowing that he has the space to work with, and Grim is ready to play in his contact. Stewie doesn't react. Grim as well. Oh no. Terrible round right now for Liquid. And RGB are not going to be complaining about this one. Taking the side, getting the bomb planted. Elige getting shut down, shut out of the round. He's not going to get anywhere near the A side. Fallen and Naf left alone in 2v4. And they're not winning this round, so finally RGB onto the board, and do question what happened there to Stu. He just didn't react at all.
Couple of great shots from Hex, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely looking like that standout player we were hoping he would be. Wiz was pretty quick with the ult too once he got into position, but I think more importantly, it is going to be down to some of these more aggressive players on the RBG side of things, some of the more active players in the early rounds to get them into these positions in the first place where they can maybe get more favorable fights. Fallen happy to save that ult, Naf happy to save the AK. With Grim having a good amount of money in the bank, they should be fine. And those kills from Hex, that readjustment onto Grim was great. That's really what gets them into that A site.
Hex is nuts, man. We've seen him just look mechanically gifted at the start of this one. 9 and 5. Closest player in behind him on his team is Wiz on 3 kills. So Hex has been able to hang individually, at least. Fallen. Aggressive towards red. Ambitious. And brought down in part by Elige's flash, but also just Chop hitting his headshot. And he's down secret.
I'll force some sort of reaction. Right now, it looks like Naf is the man thinking about going down to B, but he's going to stick around on ramp a little bit longer. Information taken, steps being heard.
Oh, I love this.
How long does he want to stick around, though?
Now they just pushed out to his left, his behind side as well, so they're just going to clear him. That was really well played from RGB. Fantastic stuff. Naf hangs around and his headshot it because of it. And now the B side is safely in the hands of RGB.
Tinko, I know, okay, the name, right? RBG. I know it's confusing.
Oh, RBG.
You keep saying it wrong. And you know what? I've probably said it wrong at points as well, because it's so confusing.
I think it's just so long I've been in my, in life, you're just so used to saying RGB because of lighting, right? So it's just in your brain when you see that active, you're just like, okay, RGB. But yes, I keep needing to remind myself, RBG. It's like the Bee Gees. Staying alive.
Now you're
just like Liquid, saving into the next round.
Good work from RBG, getting that aggression of Fallen snuffed out early in the round. Cool to see that, Liquid is still going to go for the similar plays, flashing Fallen in there, even if he is on the high ping. Wasn't able to get the kill this time round. And 5 alive for RBG is actually great for them. Just being able to have that buffer built up in terms of economy, it's going to mean that they don't have that same pressure on them where they know they can be broken at any moment. Now they've got a couple of gun rounds behind them, and maybe they can start to pull out a couple of riskier rounds. If they want to go for something slightly more risky, they kind of have the freedom to do that here when they have this money built up.
Stewie 2K up on the hut. Balco dropping down into the site, now pushing forward into the bomb site. They haven't checked Stewie 2K at that CT vent, and he's brought down. Wiz following up. 3v3 for RBG. And Naf is flanked to the ramp and got all the way into lobby. He knows there's a player in hut with that ult, but Wolf, oh no, he is down. That's the bomb. You don't want to be losing that player, and Fallen taking these outside fights. It's all on Wiz. And Naf will take him as well. 7-2 for Liquid, and something they've been very good at so far is just taking that control very early on. You're patching up that hole. If there's a weakness on ramp, Naf rotates down. Elise is very quickly there to patch up the gap, or at least taking some space back for Liquid. And then when they get some info on the heavy hut play, you see Naf getting aggressive through ramp. So they've been taking a lot of map control and filling a lot of the space and patching up the holes very quickly on the defense. And RBG, that's going to be a challenge to try and break that down and then work that in their favor.
Elise this time, the man in secret early. RBG unlikely to challenge him, though. They look like they are wrapping more towards Yard, seeing if they can maybe pressure that AWP of Fallen, who's just taken a shot. And oh, the jump is ill-advised. Elise only able to get one. A swarm of players overrun him, and Stewie has to rotate down.
Stewie out the vent. Oh, that's quick from Wiz. And that should be the round, honestly, for RBG. Grim is now on the other side of the map. Take a look at the money as well from Liquid. RBG have been doing a good job, even in the early rounds when they weren't winning them. They're getting a lot of kills. Bringing that economy into a modest situation for Liquid. And now that they've won another round, that money is gone for Team Liquid. $0 in the bank for Fallen. Right now, 1,600 for Stewie. You can see the rest. And so, yeah, and a pretty uncomfortable scenario economically here for Team Liquid. Grim definitely wants to save this rifle, but they might not let him. They're going to be running him down. Good flash. They're going to be checking his position surely at this point. Hex, oh, he gets brought down looking the wrong way. And Grim getting to, but finally will fall victim to Wolf. And RBG get the round win.
I wonder how much of this game plan for RBG comes back to, firstly, Fallen being on high ping, but secondly, Fallen not playing much Nuke historically, right? We know that this is a map he never really played in his old teams, so it's both of those factors for Fallen that he's having to try and overcome right now. In that round, that just looked more like a silly mistake where he jumps up and made a slight misplay on an individual basis. Gives RBG the early kill, but they're able to quickly capitalize upon that. Fairly basic play, sticking together, but sometimes those are the most effective ones. If you can just group up with 3 players and run down a leash, that makes sure he doesn't just get an ace against you, because there's no way he's going to spray you all down. So good work from RBG. Nice spacing on the secret play. And Liquid, well, they are always dangerous, but they are much less dangerous when they have a buy like this.
Yeah, I've been impressed by RBG's performance so far. And they may only have 3 rounds on the board, but the T side has been fundamentally sound. They're not making too many mistakes right now. I mean, obviously, when you're playing against the best team in your region, you're obviously going to have, or one of the best, you're going to have a lot of pressure on you, right? You're going to figure out, okay, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have little moments where you get caught out doing something. It's a learning experience as well, and it's a great showing from them so far on the individual front, and a couple more of them will start to certainly warm up into this. Wolf, good headshot up against the pistols. A good confidence builder if they can clean this one up. Hex fighting Heaven. 2 kills added to the tally, and he's 14 and 7 right now against Liquid.
Ooh, close on the kill for Fallen. Not meant to be this time, though. That's another positive of having Liquid back in this tournament. It is a real chance for some of these other players to make a name for themselves, right? You've got many more eyes on you. So if Hext has this level of performance throughout the series, everyone's going to know he is one to watch. Now for the one man remaining, might get away with a kill. That's the kill he wanted. Bit of extra money into his bank account, but Hext will finish the job. Up to 15 kills, up to 4 rounds on the RBG side. Liquid with enough money for a buy, but there are definitely going to be some weaknesses here.
Nah, that Hext is... He's been the most impressive player for me so far from this side. He seems to just be hanging here, no problem. You know, like you said, the weaknesses are just mainly lack utility as well. You know, FAMAS in here, 2 of them, and a scout for Fallen. A NAF on the AWP.
NAF loves having that AWP on ramp every now and then, whenever he's feeling it. Sometimes he'll just stand up on top of the ramp box. I think he's the first player, or one of the first players that popularized that. Fallen holding a tight angle with the scout. Decides to put down that smoke defensively. Elsewhere, Stewie's been able to drop the bomb. Oh, that's the first big mistake, I think, made in one of these rounds for RBG. And that is not one that's easy to come back from.
Not too far off. Oh, avoid you. Oh, Hex getting checked. Elige went around the corner. Now Wolf as well, and Hut dealing with Grim, but there's aggression on both sides here. Door, Hut, and Ramp. And Wolf does well to get 1 out of that. Fallen finally bringing him down with the scout. And we're in a 3v2. 44 seconds left, and 2 players of the T side now grouping up, running secret into the B side.
Nuff has been waiting patiently with this sniper. Doesn't want to get too aggressive because he knows he can sit back and relax. But Chop lands a good kill in reply. He's going to be trapped on the site after getting this bomb down, though.
Yeah, Nate goes through as well. He's got to use this flashbang to try and create a little bit more space. And he goes for the fight. Elise just wins the duel with that AUG at long range. And that'll be the round picked up for Liquid. Naf going for the re-peek out ramp there as well. Just trying to take both of the kills. But Liquid do win the round. Lose 3 players though. And as we said, coming into this one, Alex, their economy is not in the best spot. And still isn't in the greatest of spots right now.
A lot of AUG action for Liquid in that round. As you pointed out, still this similar situation for Liquid where there's not much money in the bank. But at least this time, Fallen's got an upgrade to a proper AWP into the round. A couple of early nades towards A for RBG. We haven't seen too many straight up fast, aggressive plays from the RBG side. I think they're aware that Liquid will likely be able to counter those faster pushes. So I think it is probably a safer bet to play some of these slightly slower rounds. Just go for standard map control early, which has been working out okay for them so far, with 4 rounds on the board. It looks like another one of the slow rounds in this one. Getting a real nice shot of Naf's forehead here.
We are. Look at the sun beaming in over the head as well. Just a
got a world map behind him as well. Turns out Americans might know some geography.
It's actually just a picture of America right there, Alex. Joke's on you.
This is why all the other countries hate the UK.
Yep. Oh, Elige. AUG's good for Chop. Chops his head off. I mean, if I don't use at least 1 or 2 puns, including Chop and Wiz, I mean, Why am I a caster at this point? You know, Alex, I got to take the opportunities given to me. And
wow.
Stewie 2K, they've crossed into the site. Oh my god, what is going on here? Grim still alive somehow and falling, getting a kill. How have Liquid not lost a player? That is just the question I have right now. This is unbelievable. Wiz stuck at door, starting to go through, and it's the swing up. Tried to go for the flick, wasn't too far off, but Stewie 2K landing the headshot, and it's 9 rounds for Liquid.
I think that's one of the rounds where you really see what the difference might be for RBG playing against a team like Liquid. I imagine against some other opposition that they're maybe used to the CTs overextending, over-fighting in some of those spots. But Liquid just do such a good job at staying alive that there are all these different angles you have to worry about. You might see a faster play now for RBG, though they've been pretty slow up until this point. They're posturing towards the A site early in this one.
Oh my god, a lot of damage done from that jump from Stewie. He's down to 63. RBG ready to go on into the A site. Still posturing. Now they explode. Flash, perfect. Grim is completely blinded. Stewie not getting a single kill. Luckily, Elige is still alive. And he has been able to find one. Now pushing into lobby, but the rest of the team are falling in behind him. And it's Naf and Elige left in the 2v4. RBG have done a really good job at taking that A site. It's simple, but it's effective.
Elige coming back towards Hut while Naf sits behind the smoke. Ooh, Naf's been given a chance for a kill, but Wolf on the top of Hut is one man too many. And the time is ticking for Elige, looking for a lucky kill to give him some sort of chance, but decides he's better served saving for the last round of the half. So the switch up comes in from RBG. They go for the faster push. It still wasn't an outright rush onto that A-bomb site, but they used enough of a presence to make Elige think it could be a B play. He thought he had to get down the vents early to try and preemptively get ahead of that potential vent drop. And that made it a bit more difficult because the Liquid players were fully on the site. They didn't really have those eyes on Squeaky they would have wanted. And that's part of the reason why RBG were able to get out Squeaky so quickly, get that first kill, and really help them get onto that site.
Yeah, and good utility usage as well. Flashing Grim. Perfectly placed. Last round of the half. Outside seems to be the call here. Elige has pushed up. He's changed the position. He's close outside with this AUG, and they're going to be walking down. They're crossing in behind that smoke. Elige hasn't spotted anything, but the flank is when he becomes deadly. He hears the pin. Utility thrown allows Elige to realize there is another player close by. He's trying to catch this timing before they get down secret. He wants to get in behind him if possible, and he's going to get that one kill. That's the trade, actually, because they've just lost Grim, and Stewie has rotated down into B. They're crossing over secret. Stewie's been dinked down to 37, and Naf on the ramp progression, again, successful. They are ready for this B play as well. They've got Fallen just above Decon, Stewie in the rafters, smoke out, spam through, damage done to the Hex, but no kill.
Nice to see RBG realize they probably have to slow down here. Once Elige spots them from behind and spots that there's so many down secret, they realize running into B is probably a death sentence. So they're going to see if they can maybe keep Liquid guessing for some sort of rotation back up to A, but it's Elige who's got them locked in. They have to get this kill.
Oh, Elige, he's going to get one out of second as well. That's the bomb sliding down the stairs. Chop in the 1v4. Well, Elige just get everything. He's dropping. He's pushing forward. Chop, he was ready for that. And that's going to be the headshot. 20 seconds left. Not many options available to Chop here, unfortunately. He's going to run into the A site. Still one player in the back of the site as well, peeking out. Naf secures victory. 10-5 at the half for Liquid. A decent half from RBG. We'll see if they can get any more out of this heading into the second half.
Open, hoping for more. Dreaming, thinking what I have is yours. Realize, recognize 100 times I've cried. Top down, music loud as we cruise at 85. Wondering is this a dream or real life? A fantasy is what this feel like. 10 toes down for my baby. This life be driving me crazy. Your friends talk down, it don't faze me. Leaving you alone, well that ain't me. Driving down the boulevard, I see you. Looking, thinking, could it be you? Shopping sprees all on my card. If you let me, I would give it all to you. Driving down the boulevard, I see you. Looking, thinking, could it be you? Shopping sprees all on my card. If you let me, I would give it all to you.
Yeah, we can cast off the stream. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the second half. Just having a few technical difficulties there while I was trying to figure out which one to look at. But we finally see some sort of semblance of the program feed as we're getting right back into things, Alex. And we mean, Liquid coming into this one. Favorite teams, 10-5 up. It's a decent half from RBG, but we're going to see more out of them coming into the second half if we're really going to believe in this. And Liquid into the pistol round on the T side.
Two sets of dualies, always fun to watch out for, but Wolf is already out of commission in this round. Wiz putting a defensive smoke down as he drops back down the ramp. The Stewie's going to go straight through, and he's going to, well, nearly get the kill. Elige is the one who steals it away from him.
Yeah, chop on the dualies. It'll be one kill, but Grim following up and making space for Liquid on the T side pistol. Walter flanking. Hasn't really done much so far, but it's a good headshot. And now it's Hex. This is the danger man for this team. He's been pretty solid so far. And he's looking for his kill, unfortunately, just not getting it onto Grim. 11-5 for Liquid. They win the pistol heading into the second half of RBG. That's going to be frustrating, right? You've lost both pistol rounds. The first half pistol, they probably should have won. If you remember the back to that, there was Naf getting the big 1v2 clutch. In this one, you would have liked to have picked it up, considering you had 5 rounds in the first half.
That puts them firmly on the back foot in this game. Really relying on this force buy round to give them a chance to try and come back into it. Smokes down at Yard for Liquid. Couple of pot shots taken by Wiz, none of them connecting. Only one man taking the secret control, but Elige will make that his home for the time being. And wait to see if there's any response from the CTs.
Smokes towards outside. Wiz playing up in heaven, hits the nice shot onto Fallen. Flash is going to go out as well. Elige through secret claims the life and soul of Wolf. DreamHack has wrapped heaven. He's got a very good position with Grim here. Wiz is completely aware of it though, but dealing with this position with a scout, I don't really see it going so well. He's got to hit the headshot here, or just allow himself the body shots with his teammates damage done as well. And they're cleaning it up. At least the last player left alive in Liquid. This is not the round they should have lost, but RBG might just be on for a lifeline. Lige in main getting spammed to the smoke, and the shot of the scout comes through as well. RBG getting 6. And that is a perfect round to win. That is their lifeline now, Hawker.
It comes off the back of Wiz landing some nice shots. This first one was a great quick kill onto Fallen. Then just tucks back into an annoying, awkward corner. And this final shot, it looked like he was running as he took that one. And it lands onto a Lige, and that's all that matters.
He's on with the Galil this round. Round 18, Liquid down to Tech9's D-Goals and a P250 on NAF. When it comes to these kind of rounds, you know, you should be looking at RBG picking up a 7th, but you never really are 100% confident in saying that, right? Especially when you've got these Liquid players. So I think RBG will be aware of that. No round is going to be free against Team Liquid tonight for them. We'll see Wolf hold on to the ramp. Multiple Liquid players starting to run it down. Instead of taking the jewel, he instead drops down into B, breaks the window, trying to signal that he's gone in there. But in fact, has just repositioned into Cubby. And now here come the Liquid players trying to split the two sides of the ramp. And Wolf spamming through, not getting a kill. But luckily, his other rotated teammate is. Walko getting 2, going for a 3K, but runs out of ammo. And Liquid, they're down into the site. Bomb plant. Oh, it's denied. Big open door from Hex. He's going for another one, and he's got it. 7 rounds for RBG. They saved the day there. Liquid looked like they were on for a small chance, but good stuff for Walko, getting those important kills.
Yeah, might not have had too many kills so far throughout this game, but those are some important ones to land. Wolf was struggling to connect with the Galil. Like you said, made that play that tried to confuse Liquid slightly. Broke the window, played the close angle, but couldn't get the clean shots he would have wanted. Thankfully, Walko was already down to help out. And that means that Liquid don't have a great deal to work with in this round. Maybe a chance for Walko to get a couple more kills on the board. Fighting Yard, taking 2, and there's the 3rd. Shot through the top of the box. This round looking very comfortable for the CTs.
You don't believe in Grim? With his Glock here, Alex?
Not quite.
Wow. Turns out you were right. 8 rounds for RBG. Round 20 coming up, and we take a look at RBG's buy. Pretty solid across the board. Is actually looking good for the reserve cash as well. That's something we got to think about for RBG. And they got to keep that money high. I mean, it's pretty unlikely they'll win just consistent rounds over and over again against Liquids. You want them to have as much reserve cash as possible so they can get as good of a buy as possible consistently. And for Team Liquid, it's the AKs out. The utility is good on 2 players. It's okay on the 3 other players, Naf, Grim, and Lige. Spread out across those.
Already some ground gained by Liquid. Plenty of time for them. They don't have to press the issue anytime soon. Comes that utility towards Yard. Wiz looking for the angle behind the windows. Ends up getting smoked off completely. That's allowing Stewie to get up close.
Here's the ladder, so Stewie's going to know there's a player up there, but not expecting this position from Wiz. It doesn't even matter. That's just heartbreaking for Wiz, really. You know, you have the better position, you get the first shot off as well, but just not a headshot, and Stewie's going to bring you down because of that. Liquid take the lower site, bomb planted.
Lige is holding the rotation down secret to make life even more difficult for RBG. Lige is just so hard to play against as a star player who can do these sorts of plays by himself, but can just make it so difficult for the opponents to get into position. Hex has been able to rotate down, though. The flash on point. Nap falls back.
Whoa.
Hex almost makes it a second. And in comes Wolf. He hasn't cleared Fallen, but his teammate will. And now Elish has to get back into the round.
1v2 for Elish. Defuse being stuck around that corner. Elish had another fight to fight, and that's Wolf that wins out. RBG, I mean, it's down close, but it's showing that they can actually just get back into that lower site. Hex can make that space, and then Wolf backing him up as well. That's great from RBG. That's a great sign moving forward.
Timeout taken from RBG after that round win. Alicia had got that secret control under wraps, so the rest of Liquid had to be aware that it was ramp and vents they had to be concerned about. But that flashbang threw a real wrench into the plans of Liquid. Goddamn.
David, that's part 2. Liquid coach Moses has won more prize money from esports than any member of RBG. Yeah. New players to their career. I also just want to shout out these players as well for sticking around and still playing Counter-Strike. I mean, great job from those guys. Shows a real competitive desire. And some of them have some great futures ahead of them. Hext is playing really well. We've seen some big moments out of his teammates as well. Walco, I mean, the mental fortitude to come back in. You know, you've been having a frustrating first half, not really getting involved that much, but it's had some huge rounds from him. So I think this whole team have been rather impressive so far.
Preemptive rotate down the vents from Walco, but it looks like Liquid want to go for a fast A-pop.
Oh, they're not going to check this site. Oh my god, I can't believe Stewie's still alive. That should have been death to maybe even 2 Liquid players immediately there, but no one has fallen. Wolf trying to get back in from ramp. Headshot onto the Brazilian. Walco, the double W. Find themselves the kills, and now they're pulling this round back. Stewie's under pressure from Heaven. He's going to burn in the fire, and it's all on Grim. 1v2 with a Tech 9. Someone needs to get on the bomb to pressure, and Grim goes forward. Won't win out the duel against the Glock, and RBG win another retake. Again, reminder, Liquid were just on pistols there coming out under the A site. But RBG, you know, those rounds are easy to lose. Once you lose control of that A site against the pistols, getting back in is definitely a difficulty, and they do it well.
Definitely some good impact from Walco in these last couple of rounds. Rotating up through the vents, never an easy feat, even if you are up against the pistols, but he gets those 2 initial kills, which really help out on the retake. At that point, Liquid are stuck in subpar post-plant positions. Stewie on the site gets mollied out, but now we've got the guns, and we've got Grim with an early aggression and early kill.
Yeah, Liquid are just taking so much control so quickly. Already players are dropping into main just a couple of seconds into the round. But Walco, what? That's a big double. Hex still alive as well at the back of the site. And Liquid, they were pressuring the A-bomb site. But everybody holds. RBG strong into the site itself. And now it has fallen. Can he be the king on 144 ping? They call him the professor, but he has to put on a lesson right now. Forward, moves forward. He's being spotted and spammed, but they have no idea. He hasn't given away his position, but they're just playing this one to perfection. Finally, he gets his opportunity. Hex swings out. Bomb not in the hands of Fallen, though. But there's still 50 seconds here.
Ooh, no one having eyes on Heaven right now. This was a risk taken by Fallen, but it's one that could work out so well for him.
What nice shot, Fallen. Not expecting the second player just close by to the same position. He found the initial kill from Heaven. It's 11-11 tied up. RBG bringing the fight early on Nuke.
Starting to get slightly out of hand for Liquid. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but another round where Walco flies up the vents. Not something that Liquid were accounting for. Maybe not something a lot of players would do at the top level. It is a risk to make that sort of play, but Walco realized his teammates needed help. He gets back up in time. Liquid continue to have these rifle rounds, though. AKs on almost every single player. The utility deployed by Chop. Liquid taking time to use their nades. Wiz is currently playing down secret with the AWP. If this wall of smokes comes in, could be a nice position to get some early damage done, or could be a nice position to spot that no one's committing off the back of these smokes.
Yeah, you get 2 things for the price of 1 there. Hex getting reboosted up by Chop into the rafters. Looks like Chop doesn't have a gun from that perspective, but I can assure you he does. Another ramp ploy coming through. 2 players trying to play this bait and switch, but it's not really worked out at all. Grim just hard checking the right side. Stewie ready for the second ramp player. And now they've just taken control of the B site so quickly that no one from RBG is ready. And that's just Liquid being methodical, not leaving any stone unturned, and just using their individual prowess to get themselves down in that B side. Just taking control very quickly.
Oh, it's such a shame for RBG that round because on the macro level of the game, they pretty much did everything they needed to win that one. They had the players in position to try and hold the right spots. It was just the slight individual understandings of how to quickly work together on that ramp play, for example. The flash just slightly off. 1 or 2 slight mistakes proving to be incredibly costly. As soon as you open the door for Liquid to take some of those fights, they're going to win them incredibly quickly. And that's even with RBG having so many players in possession. 12-11, down to pistols. Liquid are looking good to regain control of this one.
Running outside. Stewie's not too far off of that spam. Does significant damage onto Wolf, and of course they hear the ladder play. Stewie's going to fall off, though. I mean, at this point, the Heaven player has to be so ready for the flank. Coming into the Heaven area. Just keep eyes on these main players as well from RBG. They have 2 players about to start fighting outside, and hasn't worked out for them. Grim had a good position in Garage to deal with it. Now he's going to check Secret as well. Falls onto Wolf at Heaven to try and get more than just the one. Wiz with the USP has been pretty successful in finding that long-range fight. And now with the 8K picked up off the floor, but Liquid lock it out. 13-11. Money is still very good for RBG here, so they will have themselves a lot of money to play with. They can even get an AWP out, and Wolf has picked that up, tossing it on over to Wiz.
Important round here for RBG. They chose Nuke to try and see if they could catch Liquid off guard. Not the map that S was expecting them to pick. Now they've got to prove that the risk was worthwhile. I think getting 11 rounds is already proof that this was a decent decision to go for this choice. Clearly, they've been able to put up a good fight against Liquid here once we've headed into the second half, but I've got to wonder whether Liquid are now just going to turn it up to another level to close this one out. If they win this round, Liquid could be in cruise control to close this game.
Wiz. Good kill on Grim. Molly's going to force him back, so he can't go for the re-peek. I don't think he would even want to go for that, to be honest. And that is going to allow Liquid to get down into the B site. Wolf now will be tested. He has played this position. He has chosen this spot multiple times when faced with this task. Can he this time take down the Liquid players who start to run him down? Nav clears it, looking for that spot. And now Wolko, he's had so much impact over the last couple of rounds. He's spraying away. Stewie is his only victim. Bomb planted. It has given his team a chance here. 3v3.
All 3 CTs sticking together as they start to group up. Naf is going to get out of there, and that means that RBG are going to have a harder time all funneling out through this same spot.
Yeah, Hex is up in window at control room, but is being watched by Fallen. Oh, he spotted the feet. Hex hasn't even spotted Fallen. Naf swinging open. That's one from Naf, but dropped down to the second player that was in window. And now Lee's from ramp strikes and chooses his moment wisely. Fallen with the final kill.
Again, just some of these small decisions from Liquid are really helping them win these rounds. You know, some players might decide to stick around in control room there, but Naf realizes just backing off to the site can set up all sorts of annoying crossfires, annoying angles that RBG are going to struggle to deal with. That's what helps Liquid win that round much more comfortably. And now with a 14-11 lead, everything is looking much, much better for Liquid. It got scary for a second. I think they should be fine.
I think they recovered it just around the time you said, Alex. I don't want to say anything, but RBG, it's getting a little bit worrying here for Liquid. Maybe starting to run away from them. Immediately, they step it up. So all I'm saying is, it's your fault, Alex. The esports bully strikes again. Hex going for the peek into the lobby with the P250. It's one onto the door player, swinging out. Naf with one. Chop trying to pick it up, but the rest of Team Liquid getting the kills. And now Walco and Wiz just USPs here, so we're not really expecting too much. And it's 15 to Liquid. Map point on Nuke.
Unleash the man to lock in the round. 15, as you said. RBG have to win 4 in a row just to take us to overtime. Definitely been some positive signs for RBG, whatever happens here. Some of their mid-round calls in specific have been impressive to me. Normally, that's what a lot of newer teams or lesser experienced teams struggle with. So the fact they have the ability to understand that in the mid-round is great. We're going to see what they can do in this one. Wiz feeling confident, peeking into Hut with the AWP.
Yeah, this is really confident. I like it. I mean, you're in possibly one of the most important rounds. I mean, this could be the last time you play here in Nuke, so just going for something, balls the walls, just try and get something out of this. Walco, again, just talking about his impact. He's delivering again. Good double kill, hexed up on the generator, backing him up. Grim has been picked off. Naf on 13. Nade goes in. It's 5 HP for him. Fallen finally ridding himself of the pesky Walco. They're trying to claim this round back if they can. Getting chances, but it's cleaned up by RBG. Fantastic round out of Walco again. So much impact from him. I can't overstate the fact that you're having such a bad start against Team Liquid, but you're able to come back into it and have such an impactful moment in the second half, just over and over again. That's a very good sign for me.
He ended the half on, I think, 2 or 3 kills even. It was a very low kill count for him. And ever since he stepped into the CT side, he has stepped up to the plate. Walco going to be playing down on the B side early in this one. Liquid having full AKs, a full buy available for them. They had the ability to buy an AWP if they wanted it. They decided to stick with the rifles. Wiz continuing to play a yard with that AWP, but Liquid have a couple of players in the lobby ready to pounce on ramp. Wolf getting the reload off before any aggression.
Wolf. Oh no. Luckily Wiz is there to back him up. A second from Wiz. Liquid just a conveyor belt of death right now on ramp and not enjoying this at all. Wolf is certainly loving it though, repositioning yet again, and Fallen his next victim. Stewie 2K bringing the AWPer down, trying to pre-fire the second player on the ramp. Wolf has just been moving around this ramp room this entire round and finally meets his match. Oh my god, Stewie!